refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Super Bowl Sunday is around the corner. Welcome to Unfazed. I got my boy Ajae. I'm JJ. As y'all can see, we got a great episode for y'all today. On a Saturday night. Got my days messed up, AJ. And like I said, tomorrow we got the Super Bowl, Patriots versus Seahawks. We had an NBA trade deadline happen 2 days ago. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm doing great. I'm excited to talk about these sports. But AJ, my boy, I know you kind of say your team is not in the Super Bowl, but you still represent with the shirt. How you feeling?
Hey man, I feel good. I had to let the Eagles fans know I had to represent today, man, because I know it's a lot going on. I mean, Lane Johnson might be retiring. You know, we just lost Stoutland. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on. Landon Dickerson saying he might be done. I'm like, yo, what's going on? But this the time of year. If we not in the dance, Ski Mask Howie, you know what I'm saying? He show up and he do his thing. See, the players, they did what they did during the season. Now it's time for the best GM in the sport to do his in the offseason. So I still got to represent, even though the Super Bowl is tomorrow. We not in it. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. A lot happened with the trade deadline we're going to discuss. And obviously we got the biggest game of the year tomorrow. So I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
Yes, sir. So you saying when y'all not in the dance, how we throw on a mask? That's what you saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. You got it.
I got you. So I want you to tell the people something because, like you said, we got the Super Bowl coming up tomorrow. It's the biggest game of the NFL year. And we got two teams remaining. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. Rematch of a previous Super Bowl win once upon a time, Russell Wilson versus Tom Brady. And we all know what happened in that Super Bowl. So, AJ, I mean, we have no dog in this fight. Now, I know you had your sayings about Sam Darnold in the past, but then you came back on to give him his flowers. And then we both are like Drake May. I mean, he's been not playing so good, but the defense been great. So, AJ, who are you picking to win this game, the final one of the season? Is it the New England Patriots or the Seattle Seahawks?
So I've been thinking long and hard about this, Joe. And I'm looking at this matchup. First thing I want to say is this. To the Patriots fans, to the Seattle Seahawks fans, congratulations for making it to the Super Bowl. This is a major accomplishment. But I got to say, man, y'all a little too dry for me. I just got to put it out there, Joe. Y'all a little too dry for me, man. This is Super Bowl week. You know what I mean? And really, I really ain't heard nothing. Now, I know the R2L community. I haven't really been in the chat. I've been working. So I'm not really talking about the R2L community. I'm talking about outside of the R2L community. I'm talking about just when you step outside, it don't smell like Super Bowl week. When you go to the store, it don't smell like, it don't feel like anybody talking about it. You turn on the TV, it's like they doing more talk about the NBA trade deadline that we about to get to than the Super Bowl. Like it ain't. It's just real dry. It's real dry, man. So I just got to put that out there. I just want to put that out there. There's no shot at the teams, but I'm going to need a little bit more from the fans. And maybe the fans that win, they probably going to do their numbers after the game. But you should be doing your numbers before the game. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? But, I had to get that out the way. As far as the game is concerned, like I said, I'm doing a lot of thinking about this game, Joe. And one thing that sticks out to me about this game is how great Seattle's defense is, how great the overall roster is, and how well they've been playing this year from start to finish. Their competition level has been there as far as the teams that have played, not only in the regular season, but then they just went up against the team in the Rams, in the NFC Championship that a lot of people thought were going to go to the Super Bowl and knock them off in the shootout, right? Whereas the Patriots, they haven't really played that level of competition, but I feel like they've been riding this high. Drake May don't play well. The defense show out. The defense don't play the best. Drake May show out, at least during the regular season. But the Pats have a ton of momentum. Whereas the Seahawks have momentum, but they're also the better team. Seahawks heavy favorites. I'm going with the Patriots. And the reason why I'm going with the Patriots is this. While I will say there hasn't been a lot of Super Bowl talk out there, it doesn't feel like Super Bowl week. I think a part of the reason why it doesn't feel like Super Bowl week is because everybody seemed to be on one side of the fence. Everybody seemed to be like, Seattle gonna run away with it. Seattle gonna smoke them. Seattle gonna this. They the better team. They the better this. And I'm like, this is the Super Bowl though. A lot of people thought the Chiefs was better last year. A lot of people thought the Patriots was better when they went up against Eli. A lot of people thought the Patriots was better when they went up against Nick Foles. Upsets happen in the Super Bowl. And what I think people are sleeping on with the Patriots is getting masked because of Seattle Seahawks defense. This Patriots defense is for real. They can get to the passer. They can stuff the run. They can strap you down on the outside. I think this defense is going to come to play. And I said this last episode, and I'll say it again. I made the comparison to my dog, Jalen Hurts. I know Drake May hasn't had the greatest playoff run yet, but that man is now a second-team All-Pro. That man was just like a vote or two away from winning MVP. He has not had a great postseason, but he is due for a game. You can't convince me you have played this well all season long. Get to the postseason, all of a sudden you're non-existent, and then at this stage, you still play the same way you've been playing all postseason long, and don't none of that regular season magic, kick up when it's time to win in the Super. Like at some point, that Drake May is going to come out, and I don't see a better game to do it in, right? The offense that they have built with the coordinators they have there, the coaching staff they have there. I just think the Patriots are in prime position. It's going to start with the defense, though. Get pressure on Sam Darnold. The Rams lost because they couldn't get pressure on Sam Darnold. Let's just call a spade a spade. He was back there in the pocket, calling his wife and kids, ordering takeout. You know what I mean? Like he was back there doing whatever he wanted to do. And then by the time you got pressure on him, it was a little too late. He was already in rhythm. We've seen Sam Darnold when you get pressure on him, when you get him to the ground, right? You see most quarterbacks when you get pressure on them, but specifically him, the guy who famously came out and said himself, I'm seeing ghosts. So it's like, if you get pressure on him on that side of the ball and make it a close, grinded out football game, and Drake May can be the Drake May of the regular season and just make plays when it matters most, I think the Patriots are going to win this game. So I'm rocking with the Patriots. I also like a side of me, Joe. While I give Sam Darnold all the credit in the world, there's still a speck of skepticism there for me, where it's just like, he got this far. Are we sure he's not gonna choke? Are we sure? Are we sure? That's all. Look, he the heavy favorite. You know what I mean? Everybody already like Seattle gonna do this. Seattle, the defense, Sam Darnold, he might be top 5. Is he elite? It's some conversations being had right now, and I'm like, he's earned it. He's earned it, Joe. He's had 2 great seasons in a row. He's had a very solid, NFC Championship game. He's had a very solid NFC Championship game. He's a big part of the reason why the Seahawks are here right now. But now that Patriots defense, Mike Vrabel has had 2 straight weeks to prepare for Sam Darnold. That defense has had 2 straight weeks to look and say, how do we slow down JSN? Should we shadow JSN? Should we double JSN and put Gonzo on a guy like Cooper Kupp? And then let Shaheed do whatever. Because if Shaheed beats you, you live with it. Like, you just, with a defense, the way the Patriots are built, with a defense like that, you have options. You have different tools you could utilize against this offense. If you stuff the run, You get the Sam Darnold in the pocket. I think you got a great chance to take them out. Defensive lead. I just seen Stafford light him up. No, I'm just saying. I don't know, Joe. I don't know. If I had to bet my money, I'm still not putting it on Sam Darnold. I can't do it. He got to show me, Joe. Give me the New England Patriots winning the Super Bowl by a score of, let's say 23. Let's say 23-20. And I was going back and forth on this too. Who would be my Super Bowl MVP? It's between two people. It's between Drake May and Stephon Diggs. Because I think Stephon Diggs is going to have a big game. I do. But I think that normally it goes to the quarterback. And if Drake has the type of game I envision him having, it's going to go to him. So I'm saying Patriots 23-20, Super Bowl MVP, Drake May.
All right. So before I get into my pick, I'm going to echo your words. This Super Bowl is boring. I got to tell you, it's boring, man.
Yeah.
My wife just asked me just now before I came out here in the studio, right? And she said, we talking about, should we have a Super Bowl party? And we haven't even made the decision yet. It's tomorrow. Usually it's set in stone. We got it ready. And she's like, do you really care about this game, though? Like, do you care about the Patriots or the Seahawks? I said, I mean, as a fan, I do care. And for R2, I care. But people act like they don't care. Like, AJ, I live here.
Mm-hmm.
I see the hats, I see the jackets, I see the clothes when people walking by, but I don't hear the conversations. I don't hear it, so it's kind of disappointing. I want to say that. And like you said, people are talking more about the NBA trade deadline, and people talk about more of these coaching moves than they are about the Super Bowl. So, but back to the Super Bowl, who I got. First of all, congratulations to both teams. Let me say that. I think the reason why the Super Bowl is boring is because of the two quarterbacks. I mean, although Drake May is an MVP candidate, and rightfully so, I think the closeness of the MVP vote is accurate. That's how close it was, in my opinion. He hasn't really played like an MVP in the playoffs. And then you got Sam Darnold. No matter how well he plays, it's Sam Darnold, how people going to look at it. But this is a clash of two defenses. Seattle was the number one scoring defense in the NFL. New England was second. So these are the top two defenses you can really say. You got Houston in there because Houston had offensive deficiencies that caused their defense to be put in bad situations. That's a different story. But I'm going to go with the Seahawks to win this game. All right? And it's not because they're the underdog. They're the favorite. I wrestled with this, and I almost picked the Patriots. And I think you picking the Patriots lean me more towards the Seahawks, to be honest with you. All right? So when I look at the Seahawks, I say, have they really – okay, everybody's saying their schedule is tough because they got this hard division. But what defenses have they played? Because we saw the Patriots play against some great defenses in the playoffs, right? And then I did my research, and they played the Texans. Put up 27 of them boys, the Texans. They played Jacksonville, Texans, Vikings, and the Rams twice. All of those teams are either top 10 in scoring or top 10 in total points. They won all those games except for one of the Rams games. So Sam Darnold, has he played great? I'm not going to say he hasn't played great. That's the thing about this team, both teams, as we saw. See, the quarterback play doesn't have to be great for them to win these games. So it's really going to come down to others like the run game. So the Patriots, for example, they are, I believe, a top 5 defense when it comes, or top 3 or top 2, like high top in rushing yards allowed per game. The thing about the Patriots, teams don't run the ball on them a lot because they play a weak schedule. So they got a lot of leads early in the game, and then it turned into a passing attack. Rushing yards per attempt, they are 10th. So they are actually weaker. When you run the ball enough, they get weaker. So one thing about Seattle, they're going to run the ball. Shout out to Clint Kubiak. They are going to run the ball. They run the ball 5th most in the NFL right now. And when they got Clint Kubiak, I called it. I said, they're going to run the ball, which is good. Because last year, when they had Geno Smith, they threw the ball 500 times. So having Clint Kubiak there and running the ball, K9 in the backfield, is going to ease the pressure off of Sam Darnold. So, and Seattle defense, and then I see Drake May against these top defenses, and he also looks Sam Darnold-ish. Now, I know we talk about Sam Darnold, who led the league in turnovers in the regular season. Drake May is leading the league in turnovers in the playoffs. The only time he didn't turn the ball over was the Broncos game. Now, in the Broncos game, his first pass should have been an interception, but it got dropped. And then in the second half, he didn't even throw the ball. So he didn't give himself an opportunity to turn the ball over. So I don't think that would be a situation in this game where they could just tell Drake May, throw the ball away, and we're going to, on third down, roll out to the right and throw the ball away, and we're going to give it to our defense. This is not going to be that type of game. So with the running game, see, everybody talking about JSN. Oh, how are we going to contain JSN? It's not about, JSN is the weapon. I get you. He got the yards. But the real thing you got to worry about is the running attack. If you shut down that running attack, and then you got the Seahawks. So I think the Seahawks, them committing to the run so much, would the Patriots be disciplined enough throughout the whole game to contain the pass while focus on the run? And I don't think they will. So although the Patriots are playing well defensively, although the Patriots with Milton and Gonzo haven't lost a game, AJ, this year, by the way, when both of them on the field. They haven't lost a game. But the Seahawks are battle tested. So are the Patriots, but I'm talking about competition-wise. I think it's going to be a close one. Not super close, but I got it as a one-possession game. I got the Seahawks winning this 24-16.
One could say that Drake May has looked a lot like Sam Darnold in the past in this postseason. I agree with you. But we've seen recently more of what he can be opposed to what he has been as of late. Now, I get it. The regular season is not the playoffs. We know this. That is what it is. But like I said, if you stay in the playoffs long enough, that greatness comes back at some point. That's all I'm like. At some point, he's going to have those moments again. At some point, he's going to get the deep ball going again. At some point, he's going to be able to use his legs again. And the way I see it, dude, Josh McDaniels, 2 weeks. Mike Vrabel, 2 weeks. Like, McDonald's my coach of the year, and I give him credit. In this matchup, though, I see McDaniels and Vrabel scheming them boys, especially Josh McDaniels with his experience. 2 weeks, I think he's gonna scheme them up. I think he's gonna get guys open. I think he's gonna make Sam Darnold or Drake May's job a lot easier than people expect. I think we're gonna see some trickery. I think he got a lot in the tuck that we haven't seen in this postseason because he hasn't had to really utilize anything because the defense has been so dominant. And so I'm sure him as a coordinator, them as a coaching staff, and even Drake May as a quarterback, they welcome a game where on an even playing field, we ain't got to worry about, a ton of weather elements and stuff like that. It's neutral field. Let's just go out here and play. And if it turned into a shootout, let it be. I'm sure they don't mind that. They don't, of course, you don't want it to be like that because you want your defense to play well. But it's not like if the Seahawks come out scoring, they gonna fold. I just don't see that. I see them having a great game plan set for Seattle. I see them looking at the tape of what Stafford did and McVay did the previous week in the NFC Championship game and saying, like, now we don't have Puka and we don't have 1-7. They ain't got 17 over there. But we got a few weapons over here, and we got a good quarterback that can make things happen. He's done it all season long. Now this is his opportunity. I know he got some type of ail and shoulder injury too that he's dealing with, so that's something to kind of keep an eye out for. They've been kind of talking about that. I'm not reading too deep into it, but it's something to keep an eye out for. It helps to have these 2 weeks. It helps that the 2 weeks are so important. They are so, like, I hate to keep drawing this comparison as an Eagles fan because I'm like, they not in the game, right? And I know people are like, of course he got to break out the Eagles. Like, but I'm just, when it comes to that 2 weeks of preparation with guys that have been there, done that, and that have had that experience, right? We saw in that first Super Bowl with the Chiefs and the Eagles, they went into that Super Bowl just wide-eyed, right? They went into that Super Bowl like, as far as the Eagles are concerned, like, we never been here. This is new. Everybody bubbly. Everybody cheesy. And Sirianni, after the game, was like, They were ready, but it was certain things that he just wasn't anticipating. How long is the halftime showing? How long is this? And how long is that? And how should I get the guys prepared? They end up playing a great game, but like at the end of the day, they got out coached, right? They got out coached. And then you get to this Super Bowl most recently, they seem more prepared. I know what's coming now. I know how to get the guys ready. Not only that, but the players have been there, done that. Okay, I know what to expect and things of that nature. So I think a guy like Josh McDaniels are going to have these guys ready. Not to mention Vrabel has played in the Super Bowl. Now I know the Seahawks got championship experience with Cooper Kupp as well, and I'm sure it might be someone else over there that I'm missing. But I just feel like this team is poised and ready for this moment. I think that they're going to relish in being the underdog, relish in people being like, yeah, Seahawks going to – I've been hearing a lot of Seahawks going to dismiss them, like, because they so good, because they so this. And it's like, yo, the Patriots can make this a game. And if they do make this a game and give Drake May an opportunity to win it, I trust him more than I trust Sam Darnold. And the last thing I'll say is this. The biggest reason why that last statement I just made rings true is because he's young. It's because Drake May is young. It could go – when you're that young, Joe, it could go one or two ways. It could go the way of like you're young, you're wide-eyed, and you're nervous. Or it could go of like you so young, you don't know no better. So you just play free like it's any other game. Like it's just another game. Whereas Sam Darnold, you've been in the league for a while. You know it's hard to get here. You know all of the journey it took to get here. You was just with a team that won 14 games and didn't make it just last year. So it's a different level of experience there. Whereas Drake, I feel like some people have said, and I don't believe it, but some people have said he could be playing with house money. He could. So I just feel like there's a lot of things that are lining up for the Patriots in a way. And not to mention, and I know this ain't a big deal, but I know that the Patriots as an organization, they have a little bit more motivation now with Belichick getting snubbed at the Hall of Fame, right? Robert Kraft getting snubbed. It's like a lot of little nuggets leading up to the game that have made me just, for 2 weeks straight, think like, I think the Patriots might win this game. So I'm gonna rock out with the Patriots, man. It's not the popular pick. It might end up looking crazy in the end because the Seahawks are the better team. But I think the Seahawks are overall better than the Patriots. And they are more battle tested, at least in the regular season. I don't know about the playoffs, but they're more battle tested in the regular season for sure than the Patriots. But I just feel like they're going to come out there. They're going to play free. They're going to be well coached. They're going to introduce some trickery in there. And I think push come to shove, I just trust May a little bit more than I trust Sam Darnold. So give me the Pats.
Okay.
Give me the Pats.
And Tom Brady also mentioned that he don't have a dog in this fight, by the way, as a former Patriot. It's more fuel to the fire.
Which, yes, and it is. And quick take on that. I can't really get with everybody killing him over that. I mean, ain't the man calling the game?
No, he not.
Oh, he not calling the game.
He's not calling the game.
Oh, okay, so that's different. I thought he was calling it because he called last year. So if he was calling the game, I'm like, he can't just say he's rooting for. Oh yeah. So he tripping, Dan.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like I have no dog in the fight.
Right.
I'm like, dang. Like,
yeah, that's
all you
not
gotta
right.
do is say, like, I think Bill Simmons said, just come out and say, I would love to see the Patriots get another ring, because they fans deserve it, But I also like Sam Darnold. I also, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't want to sit here and pick a team. I would love to see play both sides, but show the love for the Patriots. Don't say I don't have a dog. You have a dog in the fight.
You're Tom Brady.
On, man.
The player's been on him about it too.
Like, come on, bro. Like, that's crazy. So now you said something about Drake May. He's so young. He could play free. I'm not sure you know this, but the first 3 games, he didn't play free early. In the first game against the Chargers,
this is true.
In the first game against the Chargers, he was horrible. And then he had a good second half, right? Because he got his feet, he got warmed up against the Texans. Fumbleitis. You call my boy Jay Nance fumbleitis. Fumbleitis. Fumbling and tumbling the ball everywhere, right? And then he picked it up in a couple of drives. And then don't talk about the Broncos game. I mean, Tony Romo said it off the first drop back. He got happy feet. So he looked nervous. So this is a Super Bowl. And we talk about pressure. Now, people say Sam Darnold got pressure because of, he's the vet. He's the guy that had the stigma of bad games. You said Drake May is due for a game. You don't think it's pressure on Drake May to have a good game? To have a breakout game? You don't think it's pressure on him to at least do that?
I think I think it's pressure on him for sure. Do I think it's as much pressure on him as it is Sam Darnold as the favorite? Absolutely not. It's the Super Bowl, so of course it's pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
yeah.
it's the
Sam
Super Bowl.
Darnold pressure is higher. Yeah, his pressure is higher.
Yeah.
But with the combination of him being young and also looking nervous and not rattled, but nervous in these first 3 games, you never know. And Mike McDonald, I know he's not an offensive genius. I know he ain't Sean McVay. He ain't Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he ain't Nick. Not ain't an offensive genius. He's not a lot of these guys, right?
You just had to. You had to.
But one thing about Mike McDaniel, I know you said Josh McDaniel's gonna scheme these boys up. He got 2 weeks. I heard a clip. Now I'm not for this because in the clip he said he see his son for 30 minutes a week.
Who said that?
Mike McDonald, because he's so locked in. He's always in the office. He said he see his son every Thursday for 30 minutes, bro. Now, I'm not gonna be like that. But he's all football. You don't really hear too much about him. Like he's all football. We're talking about a defensive guy that came to an offensive mind, the 2 best offensive minds in the NFL, and beat both of them. And now we're talking about. I know Matthew Stafford had a good game. Did you know that passing the ball didn't convert on 3rd down? Did you know on the game to decide the game, or the play to decide the game, it was 4th down, they go for it. He showed blitz, and Matthew Stafford panicked, and then he bailed everybody, and Matthew Stafford rushed it. That was defense. So as much as we think Josh McDaniels is going to have them scheme up, defense won championship last time I checked. I remember the Broncos had the best offense in the NFL, and I was like, man, they're going to beat the Seahawks 48-8 because defense is different. Now, don't get me wrong, Patriots got a good defense too. They defense is awesome. I'm not going to lie. But Mike McDonald going to be ready. So I don't know about Josh McDaniels scheming these boys up. I'll get my nod to Mike McDaniel right now, for real. I saw Mike McDaniel against Mahomes in the playoffs. What Mahomes do? Nothing. He had a couple of good plays and then nothing after that. So I trust Mike McDonald in this situation. Josh McDaniels, cool. He had Tom Brady. He got all these rings. I get it. But this dude a different beast. Not trust him.
Well, that's fair. I too. Listen, I can't be too mad at anyone picking Seattle. I can't be, because when I made the decision to go with the Patriots, in the back of my mind, I'm like, Seattle the better team. That's been in my head. Like, Seattle is the better team. But it's just, when something don't feel right, you're like, man, something just ain't, you know what I mean? Like, my sports gut talking to me, Joe. It's like, it's a lot going on. And my sports gut is telling me the Pats, as the underdog, are going to find a way to get it done, man. And what I will say is this. Well, go ahead.
Now, me and you, this whole playoff run, I think it's been one time we made a gut pick, and the rest of the time we made a head pick.
Head pick, yep.
And the one time we made a gut pick, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we saw what happened.
Did you pick the Steelers to beat the Ravens that last game of the season? Because that was the gut pick too. Because I was like, something in my gut telling me the Steelers gonna beat the Ravens.
We picked. I had picked the Steelers the first game, and you picked the Ravens first game.
Right, yeah.
So we kind of and that was my gut feeling. It was like I don't know, man. I just think something will happen, and then they won the first game, and then you picked the second. So yeah, that's the regular season, AJ.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
It was a playoff game though.
What I will say though is, just our debate, our going back and forth, getting me geeked for the Super Bowl. And this all I really need. This all I really need.
I'm about to have a party, AJ.
Pats fans, Seahawks fans, but where y'all at? You know what I mean? Like this is what's like, okay, now I'm like, okay, Joe said he going with the Seahawks. I'm going with the Pats. I'm not gonna throw on no Pats colors or nothing crazy. I got on the Boston, got on the hat. I'm not gonna throw on a bunch of Patriot stuff. But now you're watching intently, trying to see, like, okay, am I gonna be right? Is Joe gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, this is what it's about. This is what it should have been about all week, man.
To be honest with you, with that hat, the Patriots fan looking at you like, what you doing, bro?
I mean, that's true. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. Man, we got to transition over to the association, because we saw a lot of trades happened at the trade deadline. A lot of moving. Some players that didn't move, some players that did. Joe, I got to ask you, after looking at everything and how it shook down, everything and how it transpired, who's your winners and losers in the trade deadline? If you want to just start with the winners and then transition, if you want to go with the losers, like I forgot how we decided off air, so just take it away.
We both could do our winners and then
then we get to losers. Okay.
Tomo, I'm going to give you my biggest winner because I don't want to take everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you my biggest winner, and then you can like do your thing, and then I'll circle back. But the biggest winner in the trade deadline, the Washington Wizards. It's the Washington Wizards, AJ. And here's the reason why. The Washington Wizards first winning guy. All right, let me tell you everybody what the Wizards are doing, AJ. So when you are a team that you know that you're not going to compete, look at him. Shout out to my boy Tom in the comment section. All right. You know you're not going to compete. You know that for a fact. So when you know you're not going to compete, what you want to do, AJ, is get as much draft capital you can get and collect expiring contracts. Just to collect them. And then guess what? At the trade deadline, teams going into the NBA season, a lot of teams feel good. Man, we can get to the playoffs. We can get to the play-in. We can win a championship. They got all these hopes. I'm pretty sure the Clippers had hopes. The Hawks had some playoff hopes. The Bulls had some playoff hopes. People have hope. And then when the trade deadline approaches, you look around, you say, dang, I don't think we're going to do nothing this year. We got to make a decision. Either run it back next year or blow it up. If we're going to blow it up, what do we need? Draft picks and expiring contracts. So our best player, we are willing to give you our best player for draft picks and expiring contracts. And what they do, Trae Young. They gave Trae Young, CJ McCollum, I forgot who else, but expiring contract, and they got Trae Young. They didn't give up a pick. Then they got AD, who's not their best player, as Cooper Flag. They got AD, who they want to get off of AD because AD is always hurt. They got AD for 2 first rounders and some players that you probably never heard of. No disrespect to these players. I'm sorry. I don't mean like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not high quality players as far as play wise. And people like 2 first round picks for Anthony Davis. We talking about the 2031 Golden State Warriors pick and an OKC Thunder pick. Okay, I'll give you that all day. And so we basically gave up. We got Trae Young and AD for 2 first round picks and a couple of players. And then on top of that, AJ, Trae Young, AD, y'all can chill. Just go ahead and chill. Because guess what? If we don't get the top 8 pick, we lose our draft pick. So we're going to tank this year. And we're going to grab another draft pick next year, a high draft pick to add on to the arsenal we have. So I like that. They told AD, don't even play this year. Rest up, get healthy. Him next to Alex Sarr. I think that would be good for Alex Sarr. 2 defenders will make up for Trae Young's deficiencies offensively. So I think the Wizards, the moves they made in this trade deadline, it's going to put them from, we talking about worst team in the East to maybe a top 6 or 7 seed in the playoffs next year. So I want to say the Wizards are the biggest winner of the trade deadline.
I'm not mad at that. I know seeing AD in the Wizards jersey, yuck. That's all I got to say, man. Oh, that's disgusting. That's all of the photos I've seen. I'm like, what in the world am I seeing right now? There's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of teams you could throw out there that are winners right now at the trade deadline. But for the most part, for me, I want to focus on teams that are still competitive right now.
Okay.
Right? Like the Wizards look like they're going to be competitive in the future, given Trae Young and AD staying healthy and them, being there for the foreseeable future, because that's a big deal with both of them. Both of them are injury prone, right? But those are 2. You know how I feel about Trae Young. You know how I feel about AD when healthy. They could be 2 of the best players. Yes, disgusting. Disgusting. They could be 2 of the best players at their position any given year. We've seen Anthony Davis lead the Lakers in scoring, in the championship run. We seen, Trae Young get all the way to an Eastern Conference final. So we know what they can do when they're healthy, when they're motivated and playing at their best. But I like what OKC did.
Oh, okay. See, okay.
Jeremy McClain, I think that's a really good pick for them. I think OKC right now is in a spot where they just won the championship last year. They came out strong. They came out super strong this year. They was hooping. They was balling. They looked like they was going to surpass the Warriors and get that, what was that, 73-9 record?
Yeah.
They looked like they was on pace to do that. And then all of a sudden, they ran up against them Spurs. And the Spurs gave them some L's. And ever since then, it's been rocky. Now, they still winning games, but now they got injuries piling up, right? Williams been out, SGA down right now. And so I think for the OKC Thunder, I think they're a team that at this point is like, all right, man, let's just get healthy and get to the postseason. And any way you can add that type of depth to your team is crucial. A guy that can come off the bench, space the floor, hit big shots, make threes. He's not a great defender, obviously. You're not going to go out there and strap up, right? But you got a bunch of other guys that can defend on that team, right? A guy that can spell for SGA from time to time, a guy that can spell for Jalen Williams from time to time, a guy that could, like I said, just get buckets. Just give us consistent buckets. People forget. I know he's had a down year this year. He's been battling injury. I know he tore his meniscus, right? He got a lot of stuff going on as far as injury, so he hasn't been that great. Hasn't really been available as much this year. And his first game with the team was like, kind of more of what we've already seen. But this guy is not far removed from being Rookie of the Year. He's still young. He's still young and still has an incredible ceiling. Now you pair him with this young OKC team, a championship team, right? I'm not dissing the Sixers, but the Sixers ain't OKC as far as how the team is built, as far as the experience there, as far as what you can learn, as far as just being a part of an organization that is actively winning and pursuing championships. I think you can get the best version out of him at this point in his career, while him still being young and impressionable, learning from guys like SGA, Jalen Williams, even being able to learn from guys defensively like Alex Caruso and players like that. Like I said, he's not going to be an amazing defender. But when you play with defenders like that, that kind of amps up your intensity as well. Again, the culture kind of changes you once you get to a different location like OKC. So honestly, like I went through all of the trades, and again, there's other teams we can mention. I like what Boston did. I like the Lakers going out getting a shooter. I like what the Wizards did as well, obviously. But when I saw that trade come across my screen for OKC, a team that's just won the championship, any way you can improve this roster, any depth you can add, getting buckets on the offensive side of the ball, because we know what the defense is, right? Any way you can offset some things, especially with injury, help you get some wins in this process of guys being down and get you to a high seed in the Western Conference. I like this move for OKC. I think it helps them a lot when it's time to go chase another championship.
I think the biggest, I like that too. I like that move. But I think the biggest win now move that I saw was the Celtics getting Vucevic.
That was my number two. That was my number two. Yeah, I like that move as well.
Because they're third in the East right now. They're balling. They gave up Anthony Simons, which is fine because they got guard play already. They don't really need Anthony Simons. What they needed was a big. They needed a center who could stretch the floor and play the offense that Joe Mazzulla wants to run with the 5 out. So now, is he the biggest defender? Now, no, but I think he'll be impactful with the Celtics in this system, especially in the East. Where I think before he got there, the Celtics got a chance to get out the East, and adding him, it just made that even better. The team in the East right now, the Detroit Pistons balling, but if K offense slows down, another yuck, right?
Right, yuck.
But what concerns me about them is if K offense slows down in the playoffs, then what's going to happen with them, right? I know Jalen Durant been balling too. And then you got the New York Knicks. So I think the Celtics have a really good chance to come out the East. And I thought it was a big move getting Vucevic. And another, and I'm not gonna call this one a winner or loser. I do think it is an upgrade though. I'm just curious and I want to see what happens. James Harden going to the Cavs. I know you don't like it. Now hear me out. I think it's an upgrade because every single year in the playoffs, Darius Garland is hurt. Every single year. He is always hurt. And he's undersized. He's not a really good playoff performer. So if I'm not gonna have a good playoff performer in Darius Garland, let's give me James Harden, who can be a scorer. He was a scorer last year with the Clippers in the playoffs, the last 2 years. He was a scorer with Philly also in the playoffs. His issue is the big games, the big moments. But that's when you got Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, we had this debate before. Every time the Cavs lost, it's because the others, he balls out. He has like the fourth highest scoring average in the playoff history, something like that, a top five. He balls out in the playoffs. It's everything else around him. So, and what I don't worry about with this is Kenny Atkins, a brilliant offensive minded guy who offense relies on ball movement, and you got James Harden. So that's what I want to see how he's going to implement James Harden because I trust Kenny Atkins. How he's going to implement James Harden into it. That's why I said I'm not going to say they're winners or losers, but I think they're better now with Harden than Darius Garland.
I think they're better now with Harden as well. Even though I like Garland, you spoke to it. He's injury prone, undersized, and just not the best playoff performer. But like, I looked at that trade. I didn't. What was that?
So you just tired of James Harden, man?
Yeah, man. I looked at bro, bro. I looked at that trade. I ain't really like it for either side. I ain't gonna lie. Like, yes, it's an upgrade for. This is the thing that people miss about Harden. Is he an upgrade? Yes. Is he a great offensive player? Not only scoring but facilitating. Yes. But it's what you said. It's not only the big games, it's as the series wanes. If you really watch James Harden in the playoffs, give me games 1 through 4, he gonna ball. Games 1 through 4, he might go for 30 and 40 and 10. He gonna go crazy. But then as the series wanes and it gets to 5, 6, 7, he always fold. And the thing is, you say that's what you have Donovan Mitchell for. Donovan Mitchell, can help you in those games. Donovan Mitchell only one guy though. You still, if James Harden, I know you got Evan Mobley as well, right? So James Harden could be the 3. He could be the number third, the third option. But if he's a guy that you're dependent on, a lot of teams, he's the type of piece that teams tend to depend on because he's the guy who's going to be on the ball the most. Because he's a guy that can, stretch the floor and score. He's a guy that you are going to depend on. You not only need Donovan Mitchell to do his thing in a big game, you need James Harden, just like with the Clippers. Not only did you need Kawhi, because he had Kawhi, but you also needed James Harden, just like in the finals years ago, his first few years in the league. Just like you got KD and Russ, but you need James Harden. Just like when you had Chris Paul could do, but you need, even though Chris Paul got hurt, but you still need James Harden, like in every spot he's been in. With the Nets, with KD, James Harden on one leg got the messed up hamstring.
Yeah,
now again, injuries are injuries, but like at every stop, there's not a stop he's been at where you can say, okay, he's how do I phrase this? He's never in a position where to relate this back to the football analogy. In these big games, he's never in a position where he could have a bad game and the team win. He has to play well in order for the team to win, because he's such a focal point within the scheme and the game plan for the offense. And we know he's not doing nothing defensively. So like he has to play well offensively. And when he doesn't, and he turning the ball over, or he not shooting the ball, or when he is shooting, he not effective, then you end up losing more times than not, because you need him to show up, and that's been a story at every turn. But I want to get to some losers, Joe.
Okay.
I want to get to some losers because again, every trade deadline you have your winners and you have your losers. And the first, I'm gonna point out two. Then I'm gonna pass it to you because I don't want. I have some, but the first loser to me, the Mavs, bro. The Mavs, bro. Like, and I'm not gonna harp on this too much because it's self-explanatory to me. Like, you brought AD in. If you're Nico Harrison, who's not here anymore, but you brought AD in, like, this is gonna be the focal point. This is gonna be the defensive ace. Defense wins championships. he only played, I want to say 5 games for y'all for real. He played like 5 games for the Mavs. And then you trade him elsewhere, and it's like you're in a whole new rebuild while the Lakers are sitting up there with Luka Doncic. I don't know if you saw the Mavs are unwilling to do business with the Lakers.
Oh,
I saw
for
a
real?
report. I don't know if it's real or not, but I saw a report that said like the Mavs want nothing to do with doing business with the Lakers. Like they not doing business with the Lakers at all. But beyond the Mavs, to me, that's kind of like an obvious one, and that kind of just snowballs in the after Luka was traded, it's just kind of snowballed from there. The Warriors stunk it up. The Warriors stunk it up, bro.
Oh my gosh.
As long as Kuminga has been there, I've always thought that Kuminga could be a big time piece for them if he's given opportunity to be a centerpiece for the basketball team. And the times I've seen Kuminga out there, now he's not always amazing. He's a young guy. He's not always great defensively, right? But he's super athletic. He can be streaky from the outside. He can attack the basket. He could be like a spark plug. And given the opportunity, he could have been a big piece to help them. And I feel like for whatever reason, Steve Kerr just don't like him. He just didn't seem to like him. Y'all put all y'all chips, basically sit all y'all chips in the middle of the table and say, we finna go get Giannis. We gonna trade Draymond. We might trade Kuminga. We can trade whoever we want to. Everybody's on the board but Steph Curry. Right? Everybody's on the board but Steph Curry. So then you don't get Giannis because the Bucks say, you know what? We probably get some better deals if we just wait to the offseason, which was smart by the Bucks. Like, you just wait to the offseason. It's going to be more teams that's lining up to get Giannis, right? It's going to be, we're going to know where everybody lined up in the draft, right? It's just going to be more opportunity to get more bang for our buck. Let's just hold on to Giannis for the rest of the season and not rush this decision. And then, who knows? Maybe this offseason, we able to make a move and keep Giannis here and happy. Maybe, just maybe. But let's just take our time with making a decision. So they say we're not going to do it. And now the Warriors are stuck going out and getting Kristaps Porzingis. Who, again, Porzingis, good player. I thought he was a big-time player for the Celtics, you know, when they went and won the finals just recently, a year or so ago. Like, he made some big plays, right? But that's not the piece, bro. That ain't it, bro. And I feel like at this point in their career, they have been reaching, grasping for straws to find the right pieces to put around Steph to put him in championship contention at least one more time. They went out and got Jimmy. Jimmy was playing well for a minute, but then Jimmy got hurt, you know. Or let's rephrase. They went out and got Jimmy. Jimmy was playing well, but then they got to the playoffs and Steph got hurt. Then you run it back there, shit like, all right, everybody healthy. Now Jimmy then got hurt. Now it's like, all right, well, Giannis is out there. Let's try to get Giannis. Can't get Giannis. I know at one point they was like, well, let's try to get LeBron. LeBron ain't coming out there. So now it's just like, you're stuck. You're not going nowhere in this Western Conference, right? Steph is only one man over there, and you don't have nearly enough firepower to compete in the Western Conference still, and you're wasting Steph's last years. And so I think, to me, outside of the Mavs, I think the Warriors are the biggest losers at the trade deadline.
Yo, the Warriors were my biggest loser because I said this, I think I said this in the chat. Mike Dunleavy has been terrible to me since he's been a GM. He's been terrible. He could not follow up what Bob Myers did. Bob Myers did an awesome job as a GM when he was over there, and Mike Dunleavy comes there and stinks it up. The only thing he really did was get Jimmy Butler. AJ, the only difference between Porzingis and Anthony Davis, one white and one is black. Both of them injury prone, bro. That's it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Healthy, Porzingis would be really good with the Warriors. He's a shot blocker, and he can stretch the floor out. Look what he did with Boston. Stretch the floor out. But he can't stay on the floor. Same thing with AD. He'll be good if he's healthy, but can't stay on the floor. So, and then Kuminga situation. You've been hoarding this dude for years, not trading him while not playing him. That's the dumbest thing I heard. Like, you bringing down his value by not playing him, and then you trade him, and look what you get from him, Porzingis. It was the Warriors. The Warriors are favorite. They are trying hard to get Giannis. And then we heard Miami. Okay, Miami and Warriors. Then we heard the Timberwolves. And then I heard the Warriors don't have enough. Y'all deal trash. Then they got so desperate. Draymond got thrown in the mix. Draymond camp was expecting for him to get traded. And then everybody looking like Draymond. He go with Steph. But how good will he be with us? Let's keep it a buck. Draymond got an attitude problem. Draymond brings drama. So do I really want to trade for Draymond, who's an aging player? I get it. He's a winning player. But what are his attributes other than dribble handoff to Steph Curry and good defense? So the Warriors' assets are garbage.
Yes.
Like,
that's the biggest problem.
Who on their team do you want? Who on their team do you want? They are losers. And the reason why they're losers is because Steph might just, I don't know, man. With Steph's time, like, I don't know what his contract look like. I don't see Steph like asking for a trade, but when his contract goes, is he gonna be like, oh, like, next year is his last year, AJ? Next year is he gonna sign an extension?
Right.
Like,
I don't know how you can at this point unless you just hell bent on being a Warrior for life.
You just loyal because he got his rings. You know what I mean? He said he do want one more. You know, him and Bron. You know, he want to get one to Bron.
Right.
So he want one more, and he's capable of getting one more if y'all put something around him. How do you not attract people to Steph? Yeah. I mean, I look at the landscape of the NBA, AJ, and the two players that I feel like, I would love to play with him, KD and Steph Curry.
Yeah,
those are the two players that I feel like every team will be like, we would love to have him on our team because their skill sets go everywhere. Like, you go put Steph on any team and they will be better. You put KD on any team and they'll be better. Oh, shout out to Carl in the comment section. But I have a loser kind of similar to your loser with the Mavs. Because your loser with the Mavs is not the fact that they traded AD. It's the whole picture. It's the big picture with the Mavs, right? The Chicago Bulls. Once upon a time, they had Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic, Lonzo Ball, and Alex Caruso. Do you know they are all gone right now? And they got 0 first-round picks for all those players. They've been since Lonzo Ball got hurt, they've been a playing team every single year. And then they all gone. Guess what? They got nothing to show for it, AJ. They literally got nothing to show for it. Like, Big O in the chat, like, man, we trading everybody. I'm like, oh, you should be happy. Like,
yeah.
Like, y'all need to start over, bro. Y'all need a new start. Y'all need to get rid of everybody and start new. The problem is, whoever y'all GM is did a terrible job flipping all that to what y'all got right now. So I do like Rob Dillingham being there. I think me and Jay want to talk about this off air. Rob Dillingham, he needs to be in a situation where he can just hoop.
Yes.
And I think with the Bulls, he will have the opportunity to do that and show his actual skill because he's really skilled. I think he can average a good 15 a game with the Bulls if he get his minutes. You know, I know. Yeah. So, and then, so I think like I wrote down the Warriors and the Bulls. Bulls for a big picture, but as far as a deadline itself, I think it's by far the Warriors because of what they're trying to win a championship, and they didn't. They probably got worse for real because Porzingis might get hurt, bro. I'm sorry, he might get hurt, and Kuminga is there. So, your sound just went out.
Sorry.
Say something. I can't hear you now. Look, while we wait for AJ, y'all, let me talk about the Sacramento Kings, man. We suck. We're trash. I mean, you see De'Aaron Fox living his life with the Spurs, number 2 in the West. You see Mike Brown living his life in the East, number 2 in the East. And then you see Doug Christie, who I vouched for to be the head coach. And we are garbage. We talking about the day before the trade deadline. We are playing against. Oh, AJ is back.
Mic check. Can we?
Perfect.
I heard.
Yeah, I was about to vent about the Kings in the trade deadline. So go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, we ain't gotta do that. We ain't gotta go down that road. We ain't gotta go down that road, man.
Yeah, I feel that. My bad, y'all. Technical difficulties right there. But yeah, you couldn't have said it better when it come to Golden State at the very end, man. You couldn't have said it no better. And the Bulls, what can you say, man? Now, what I will say is, I don't know who out of those guys you was gonna trade and get a first round pick back for. Maybe if you package them all, right, in a way, or a few of them, right, then you probably get a first round pick back for it. But that's what good GMs do. Good GMs finesse. Good GMs find a way to get those assets back for those type of players, because they're not superstar level players, but they are players that can help your team. Like DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, they can help, right? Vucevic, they can help, So
Mikal went for 5 first rounders.
Yeah.
And your boy from Memphis, Orlando to traded your boy from Memphis for a 4.
Oh, Desmond Bane.
Desmond Bane, bro. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's facts. That's facts.
That's
facts.
You could come get at least one, bro.
That's 100% facts.
You tell me you couldn't get a first round pick from like a package with Caruso and somebody else?
Yeah.
Caruso was a big impact with OKC.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. You ain't lying. I ain't mad at that. Yeah.
I do.
Go ahead.
Before you want to go, I want to ask you a question about NFL topic, if you're okay with it.
For sure. Yeah, go ahead. For sure.
The NFL honors.
Mm.
Matthew Stafford won MVP. How you feel about that?
You know how I felt about it. I picked Stafford as the MVP, and I strongly believe that it's a little controversial because it's a regular season award, but as the playoffs unfolded, it was like, come on, y'all, get it right. Get it right, bro. Now, Drake May, again, had a sensational regular season, but I thought Stafford was better than him in the regular season. And then it just transferred over into like what Stafford was doing in the playoffs was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hooping. He the sole reason why they beat the Panthers, because they were struggling against the Panthers. And then he almost went out there and beat Seattle in a shootout, So that his playoff run was looking very spectacular. So I liked it a lot. I didn't really have nothing. I was shocked it was as close as it was.
Yeah, one vote.
I was shocked it came down to one vote as a determining factor. I thought it would be a little bit more, not landslide, but not decided by one vote. But yeah, it was expected for me. I would have been more shocked if Drake made. Well, and I just think again, just imagine. Let's just for a second, given what we've seen this postseason, just imagine if Drake won MVP, bro. Mm-hmm. Given what we've seen, again, it's a regular season award, but like you naturally looking at both quarterbacks in the playoffs too. Like, man, how they going? These are two guys going for the MVP. It's no way you looking at Drake May this postseason and being like, yeah, he the MVP over a guy who's just killing it in Stafford. So yeah, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all.
Right. Well, I didn't mind. Josh Allen got 2 first place votes, which it was clearly a 2-man race.
Yeah.
And Justin Herbert got a first place vote.
I did not see that. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that.
Justin Herbert first of all, he got no record case to back himself up. He don't have a statistic case to back himself up. And he don't have, I'm the best quarterback in the league to back himself up. Whoever voted for Justin Herbert, like, bro, that's a crime. This is why the voters of that, then you got the end of, oh yeah, I also want to say some notes too. Well, I'll do my last words. I don't know how you would feel about it though, but this just shows you that these voters, man, I don't know if they do it in the NFL, but in the NBA, they show you who voted for who. And I remember Jalen Rose got killed for putting Kyrie first team All NBA, and everybody crushed him. And he took he thought, you know what, that was a mistake, because we can see it. But in the NFL, I don't think they reveal who votes for who. I don't think they reveal that. So I think it's insane, man.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Crazy.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, dude. And you know how I feel about Herbert. And what I would say about Herbert is his offensive line is horrible. It's been banged up all year. So I do give him credit for playing as well as he's played throughout the season, given the offensive line. But bro, MVP. the love affair with him and Josh Allen. And with Josh Allen, honestly, I know I'm a part of a certain club when it comes to Josh Allen. So shout out to them, FJA. Y'all, I'm with y'all. But I just want to say some of it is warranted because Josh Allen he nice. He's that guy. And he's
Overall
had those
picture.
big overall picture. He's had those big time games. Even though we don't think he deserved to win MVP over Lamar, he did win MVP. He's done a lot more, right? So some of it is understood. But when it comes to Herbert ain't shown us nothing. And everybody thought I remember. I'm old enough to remember debating with people and hearing people talk. Oh, he got Harbaugh now. He got Harbaugh. He got Harbaugh now. Now they're gonna be in the Super Bowl. Now they're gonna win their division. Now they're gonna win it. What have they done? They haven't been to the Super Bowl. They haven't won their division. They've gotten to the playoffs and been one and done every time they've made it.
Yeah,
So it's like, what I mean. But he gets so much love. You never hear him slandered or anything or talked about in the same light as these other quarterbacks that we know. We ain't got to throw the names out there. Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? Like we never hear him talked about in those type of lights when it comes to him playing bad. It's about everyone else. It's about the offensive line. It's about what the defense did or didn't do. It's about everybody else. But yeah, that needs to be publicized. Who put that vote behind Herbert? Because that's insanity. That's insane.
Crazy. It's insane.
And I'm glad that didn't cost the person who deserved to win MVP the award. Because one vote went another way. Right. One vote goes to someone else. So you're basically throwing that vote away in a way. And then Drake May wins and it's like, and the difference again is one vote.
Oh, crazy.
We need to evaluate how we voting for these awards. And we need to evaluate how we voting for Hall of Fame too, in my personal opinion. All of that needs to be taken into account because these things are big for careers, yo.
Yeah.
These things are big for careers. They make or break careers. They make or break your money too. Winning MVP, I'm sure that's a bargaining chip. Maybe even MVP votes. Yeah. I mean, Hall of Fame votes. Hall of Fame bargaining. Contract negotiation chips, all of that matters. Pro Bowl, all of that stuff matters in the grand scheme of things. When it's time to get paid, and when it's time to get into the Hall of Fame, and when it's time to negotiate endorsement deals, all of that stuff matter. So we got to really take into account how these awards are being handled because it's getting a little wild. But again, I'm glad Stafford won. I'm glad Myles Garrett got his Defensive Player of the Year. Shout out to JSN for getting the Offensive Player of the Year. I wasn't mad at the rest of it. I thought the rest of it was, I was happy with the results of the awards for sure.
I thought it was funny how Caleb last year he was on the bad end of the Player of the Year, and this year he won Player of the Year. So shout out to Caleb for that. But let's wrap this up. It was a good show, man. I'm glad we agree with the Super Bowl.
I figured we would. I said I know he's not picking the Patriots. I'm definitely going with the Patriots.
So my last word, AJ.
And my bad. And shout out Mike Vrabel too for winning Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. Shout out to Mike Vrabel.
Shout out to Mike Vrabel.
Thanks. Shout out to him for that.
Maybe that's something that they put in the Seahawks locker room though as motivation for them. Like, dang, y'all give it to our guy. You gave it to Vrabel.
I know. Yeah, he was a cat. It's great. They should have Mike McDaniel too. Like between them two, I'll take Mike McDaniel. He had a tougher schedule, toughest division, and was number one seed. So, but shout out to Mike Vrabel. My last words. Now this is right here gonna be controversial, AJ. All right. I don't know if you're gonna agree with me with this one, okay? The Hall of Fame. So when I first heard the Hall of Fame news, I was like, what? Bill Belichick, 8 Super Bowl champion at the Hall of Fame. Whoever didn't vote for him is jealous. They probably are jealous, all that stuff. They wrong. Then I thought about it, AJ. And then I said, now if I had a vote, I'm voting for Belichick to get in. But if somebody didn't vote for Belichick because he cheated, Can I be mad at that? Because at the end of the day, I'll give you an example. All right. And I'm still a lot of stuff with J-Mo. J-Mo told me this too. Drake and Kendrick, right? That whole beef happened. Once you found out, this is back when Pusha T. Once you found out that Drake had a ghostwriter, did it ruin his credibility with you a little bit?
Definitely.
It did. You was like, you know what? Now I'm kind of questioning if you actually wrote this. You know what I mean? Like, no, did he actually write this though? So any debate you have, you're not mad at somebody making him the best rapper, but you're not mad at somebody saying, nah, because he got a ghostwriter. You ain't mad at that. It's the same thing. Am I saying Belichick is not the best coach? I think he is. But can I be mad at somebody for not voting for him being first ballot because he cheated the game? And people might say, well, everybody did it. Well, he got caught. I'm sorry. Yeah. He got caught. What's wrong is wrong. And when you cheat, what you do get questioned. Am I saying he always cheat? And probably not. But he did. So I can't get mad at the guy and say, but he cheated. But I know he cheated, but he's still good though. But he cheated though. so I just want to say that if people truly didn't vote for him because he cheated, then I understand it. I would have still voted for him. Now, if you're not voting for him because of just pure hate and jealousy, that's what some people think it is, then that's wrong. But you like, just my heart is not going to allow me to put him in the first ballot because he got caught cheating twice. You know what I mean? So he'll be a Hall of Fame, but not first ballot. We can't have a cheater as a first ballot. So I understand it, and I just want to put it out there because I came on a show with like, man, they tripping. And I got to be honest. I don't feel that way no more. Now, once again, would I vote for Belichick? Yes, I'm voting for Belichick. But I understand a guy who says, no, I'm not voting for him. All right, get out of the way. Commanders, two new coordinators. I'm happy for that. I see my boy Jay and Daniels doing these interviews and stuff. It's good to hear you talk. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, my boy he sound a little more humble. He always sound humble. Maybe he sound the same. I just look at him differently. As I'm watching, I'm like, dang, this man not in the playoffs. like God, please. Because last year the conversation was like, man, you got to the MC Championship game. Like, yeah, you know, and we like, man, I was happy with where we were. And now it's like, dang, I'm not satisfied. I know your fan is a little higher, but I'm like, I'm not satisfied. So I'm just like just watching. I'm like, dog, I can't wait till next year. I just can't wait till next year and see how we're gonna respond. NBA season. I know Shea didn't play, but the Spurs whooped on the OKC Thunder. Like, they beat them again, bro. Like they just been just owning them. So I'm looking forward to the Eastern Conference side of the playoffs, and I hope the Spurs and OKC match up in the playoffs.
They have to.
I feel like it's gonna be a classic one. So shout out to my boy AJ. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, and appreciate y'all for tuning in on a Saturday night. You could be out partying, but you out partying with us.
For sure. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's episode, man. Everybody on my channel, Timeout or Full Timeout, everybody on the R2 channel, everybody watching on Twitter, everybody watching on Facebook, everybody watching on Twitch, wherever you watching YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, share, retweet, repost, all that good stuff. Hit all the buttons, comment, show us some love. We got content pumping for y'all all year long. I have to quickly respond to what you said about Belichick. Aside, I'm not gonna lie. A side of me has thought about that. A side of me agrees with you, but the other side of me is like, hell no. I still can't rock with that. I can't rock with that. And the reason why I can't rock with that is even through all of that, Joe, he won before that and he won after that. You caught me. You got me red-handed. Now I'm gonna rattle off 2-3 more rings. Like I'm gonna continue to matter of fact, the season after that happens, we're gonna go get Randy, and we're gonna go, what was it, 18-0 till they end up losing in the Super Bowl. We gonna dominate the league. Y'all think we cheating? Okay, we're gonna cheat, all right. We're gonna dominate the league, go 18-0. Probably be the greatest team we've ever seen in our era of watching the sport, we never seen a team better than that Patriots team. Granted, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but like as far as aesthetics, as far as the stats and how we never seen a team go out there and look at that. They putting up 50 on people, 50-7, 49-3. They just dominate teams, running the score up. Like how he was as a coach, how he coached, how he had his players locked in. And this is the thing too when it comes to that. If we gonna diminish Bill Belichick, and I think it does add credibility that they did it to Robert Kraft too. So I do want to point that out because that adds credibility to it. But then you gotta do it to everybody.
You did it Brady too.
You gotta do it to Brady. You have to do it to because Tom Brady benefited from this and won championships off this.
And
Tom Brady also had the flake. Exactly. Also had the flake gate. So it's like now you're gonna say Tom Brady not first. Tom Brady not first. Like, what are we talking about? So, like, I understand it. I don't. The best believe I understand it. But the level of success that those three guys, mind you, the Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. Forget Deflategate. Forget Spygate. Robert Kraft back in the Super Bowl again this year with a whole new regime. Besides, they got McDaniels still, but basically a whole new regime.
Who also cheated.
That's true. That's true. But if they do it, they ain't got caught as of right now, right? They ain't getting caught right now, right? But they right back in the Super Bowl, and it was on the worst teams in the league just last year. So it's like this organization under Bill Belichick, under Tom Brady, under Robert Kraft has shown you that no matter what you say, no matter how you feel about them, they have cheated. They have, smeared the lines here. They cross lines. But no matter what, even when they not cheating, they ain't getting caught up on nothing. They still not only winning, they're dominating. But again, if we gonna do this, Ty Law don't need to be in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these dudes from them Patriots teams, that era, a lot of them dudes will have to come out the Hall. They got to come out the hall then. You got to hold everyone accountable because everyone benefited from them cheating. That's why I think it's a slippery slope because you can't just hold Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft accountable. You got to hold everybody accountable. You got to hold it. And while you at it, listen, if and I get it, Stephen A. This supposed to be last words, but I just have to get this off. Stephen A. spoke on this, and it's to me it kind of if he brought up the fact that there's multiple different entities. You have the NFL, right, who's going to levy discipline, and then you have the Hall of Fame that's going to have their own discipline and their own sanctions and their own stuff like that. But the way I see it, if it was that egregious, yank them rings, yank the rings too. Like they're. If you wasn't going to yank the rings and you was going to leave the banners hanging and still have them in the history books, you're not going to pull a Reggie Bush and say you're not the Heisman Trophy winner no more because of what's going on with the cheating and all of that. Then when it comes to the Hall of Fame, even though it's two different entities, it's still football. It's kind of hard to then say the man has all these accomplishments that we have not taken away from, but he not first ballot Hall of Fame. Not only him, but Robert Kraft. And again, you can't tell me Bill Belichick ain't first ballot, Robert Kraft ain't first ballot, but Brady is. You just can't, especially if it's about Spygate and Deflategate. You can't say Tom Brady's a Hall of Famer, a first ballot Hall of Famer. And if you're telling me that the Hall of Fame is irrelevant officially,
Brady somewhere shaking like, dang, he probably saw that one.
As soon as he saw Belichick wasn't first ballot, his first statement is, I just can't believe it. He's the greatest coach ever. I would never play for any other coach. This is just great. Because he know. And then it happened to Robert Kraft too. Oh, man. Oh, it's over with. It's over with. It will look crazy now. They're going to look crazy one way or another. Whether they make him first ballot or they don't, it's going to look crazy. It's going to look crazy now.
That's going to hurt Brady's legacy.
Yeah. 100%.
Like that cheese don't come right back around.
People who watched, we still gonna say Tom Brady to GOAT.
This is why you don't cheat, though, man. Like
this is true. There's a punishment for cheating for sure.
I do get what you're saying. You're saying like, yeah, he cheated, but look what he did. It's not about the but. why you don't condone cheating. So it's
True.
like you cheat, you supposed to get disqualified. For real, you supposed to be out. Like not on the rules in the NFL, but a lot of times when you cheat, you get kicked out. You out the company. You're not supposed to do that. So that's why, like, you should be blessed that you still were able to play and coach football after you cheated. So that's why I feel like, yeah, they cheated. And somebody said, I don't care what he did after he cheated. I don't care what he did before. He cheated. Like,
True.
he cheated. I never cheated. That's what they. I never cheated a game, and he cheated. And he first ballot. Get him out. That's probably what they thinking.
Yeah, fair.
So
That's
so I get you on that. I mean, sorry. I mean, I don't get you on that, but I get what you're saying. Like, I get it, he cheated, bro. But are we really gonna sit here and say he's not first ballot?
Right, exactly. We really, and if we gonna say that about him, we gotta say it about some other people, and it's gonna make us very uncomfortable. It's gonna make us. I mean, that's gonna make us very uncomfortable, bro.
But it's gonna. Ooh.
I mean, come on.
They got a lot of pressure now.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of pressure. When Brady Thomas had to go Hall of, oh my goodness, that's gonna be the talk, bro. You know, in the media, that's a whole new topic right there.
The right thing to do is to make him first ballot Hall of Fame. But there will, even if they do that and they make the right decision, there will be a section of people that's like, how is he first ballot and Bill Belichick not? Because they both, I mean, it goes owner, GM, quarterback. Those are the three most important.
It's not like Brady was part of it. Like, I know you said like I keep saying Ty Law. I know you keep saying like people like him, Teddy Bruschi should not be in the Hall of Fame because they were on the team, but they weren't direct cheating. Belichick set that up. Tom Brady set that up too. Tom Brady was directly a part of the Deflategate.
Right.
That was Tom Brady's cheating. He got suspended for it. He missed the first 4 or some games before that. So, like, if Belichick got suspended for cheating, Tom Brady definitely should get not suspended. Got not a first ballot Hall of Fame. Tom Brady definitely should not be first ballot Hall of Fame either. Oh, that's how they got it. Like, and if he is first ballot Hall of Fame, they gotta come out and say we were wrong about Belichick.
yeah.
They gotta say that. They have to say that.
Yeah.
So, unless they got a new committee, it might do that. The NFL might say we can't allow this to happen. Y'all out of here. We need some new guys on the board. He might do that. So,
might have to. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much my last source, man. That turned into a whole kind of debate at the end there. But that's what you come here for. You tune in to Unfazed for the debate, man. So we happy to bring it to you, like you said, on a Saturday night, the night before the Super Bowl. Everybody kick back. Try to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all not geeked about it seemed like, but try to enjoy it, you know. Get yourself a maybe if you're old enough, an adult beverage, some popcorn, some wings, some pizza, kick back, and it should be a good game, man. It should be a good game. It's Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, Joe, so I'm feeling unfazed.
Unfazed, like Belichick. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.